All right. Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. It's August 24th. How are we doing? How was everyone's weekend? Hope you guys had a solid weekend. We are back at it today with what should be a pretty busy week. Looking at that economic data calendar, PCE this Wednesday. We got some Fed chair speak on Friday as well. NFP on Friday, of course. MCS on Friday. Raphael, good morning. Pratik, welcome back, man. Mike, Mario, good morning. So NQ, a slight gap lower this morning, trading near that prior day low, last week low. Got the level of interest right through there. For this morning, makes the main watch pretty simple. Got all this action through here, and basically I want to see if buyers kind of step in here, give us a push, give us the push higher. I mean, this thing's just been kind of drifting lower for what, 6 days. So near term is still bearish. Just kind of looking at the past week or so, this structure does, it points lower, right? So let's see how today kind of unfolds. Let's check out the 30. Yeah, this kind of the spot to focus on right here. Last week low, prior day low, the level of interest right through there. And basically if buyers can defend this area, call it 200 by 250, I suspect price can trade up into the weekly open as a reference point up there near 400, and then ultimately prior day high up there just shy of 500. So simple enough. Now if we have the failure, if we have the failure here in 200, here at 200, I'll look at overnight low for a potential spring. And that would be kind of my line in the sand to be attempting any longs. I don't really want longs beneath overnight low today, even with the level of interest just kind of beneath that point near 29K. And the reason is just because of this higher time frame structure. Like 200 still kind of support through here. Beneath that, it looks less strong. So that's my game plan. That is the GP. And 1 minute till the open. So let's see. Let's see here. Chad, PJ, Mike, good morning to all. Mario, if under overnight low, I won't be looking at early longs. Yeah, same page. Absolutely. Okay, let's see this open right now. There's the open. So opening print is 235. Here, here comes overnight low pretty quick here. Good volume off the open. And let's see that overnight low. Okay. There's the sweep. The drill signal plus volume. See if that can hold as a hammer with some volume coming in. Oh, this candle still has 20 seconds on it. RVOL, where's the RVOL? No RVOL on that signal yet. Yeah, no RVOL. Okay. Makes it easier for me. I always need that spring signal to have at least orange RVOL down here on my volume indicator. If it does not, then that's not my trade. Now, that doesn't mean it can't work or it won't work. It just means for me that it's a lower quality setup. And in this case, it hasn't even triggered yet, so it doesn't even matter. Fresh lows, fresh lows. B-Link, Ice Maker, Neff, Murata, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So like I was just saying, beneath overnight low, I don't really, not a lot that I want to do. So ideal scenario here is reclaim and retest of overnight low or some post 10 a.m. reversal. Till then, just chilling. Do do do. Murata, August, obliterating. Oh man, that's not good. Yeah, it's been a little slower. It's definitely been a bit choppier. That's for sure. Pratik, ES coming into overnight low. Okay. So Nasdaq right here, still right here at overnight low. I'd like a full reclaim and then a retest, build out some structure, and I could take the entry there. Till then, just a little bit of patience on my end. Okay, trading above. So what's the actual 117? Okay. Volume dried up a little bit. Mario over 172/140 of triggers and volume. Okay, a little move back beneath overnight low right here. Fresh lows, fresh lows. There's a little uptick in volume with the fresh low. So new intraday lower high right there. Critique, yes, sir. Danny, good morning. Uh, Unfortunately, my mouse just died. Thankfully, I have a trackpad. That is not good. Let's see if we can get some juice in it here. Ice Maker, I'm here in the chat, but I'm closing my account before I screw up a good day. That is a smart call. If you have a system that lets you consistently make money in the first 10 minutes of the session, that is something to leverage, take advantage of it. No other job will let you do that. Take you're not using a wired mouse. So my trackpad is wired, but no, I got the Apple Magic Mouse. There's no wired option there. The port is the port is in the bottom of it. So, but my insurance layer is the the wired trackpad just in case that thing dies or something happens. Chrissy Mixmaster. So NASDAQ into this LOI with some volume. My preference right now is still either post 10 a.m. with some intraday structure or reclaim and retest at overnight low would be lovely. Ideally after a bullish change of character. Fresh lows being made. There's ES, the first look beneath the overnight low. "15-minute opening bar closes here in 2 minutes. Quite bearish to start the morning." Yeah, pretty much aligned with that near-term bearish structure we've been talking about. That opening 15-minute bar there. So coming into the 000 29K. If we have a failure at 29K, just kind of looking ahead, I'd really be looking at 28,800. Here's kind of the higher time frame structure that I'm looking at. Yeah, I think a failure here at the 29K puts it into 800. There's your first test of 29K. 000 is traded. Well, this action makes my morning a little bit easier as a long only. Nothing to do here. Absolutely no bid at the 000. Not a single buyer interested in that spot. Chrissy, best trade this morning was selling that overnight low on the retrace. Yeah, for sure. The failure to hold above on no volume, too. 2-minute is showing a 2x RVOL there. So opening 15-minute bar just closed. Let's take a look. Just straight down. YM is strong this morning, up through prior day high. ES has just swept last week's low. See if my mouse is back yet. All right, 5% battery on the mouse. That'll do for right now. Pretty nice bounce on ES. I'll keep an eye on the overnight low there. 76.65. NASDAQ is retesting the 000. 29K. Let's see. ES. Decent volume came in. I just want to see some structure there above overnight low. So far, NASDAQ stays pretty heavy. The real test will be 10 a.m. if we see any sort of 10 a.m. reversal or not. 10 a.m. RT. So Nasdaq with some fresh lows there. A little bounce and rejection near the LOI. It's kind of what I want to see on ES. See if some volume starts to come in right here. So far, just swept last week's low. Buyers stepped in there on pretty solid volume. And that second entry might be gone now. Yeah, that was it right there. Pratik, did you jump in there? That was decent. Let's see if NQ is going to follow suit now. No entry. Oh, all good. So NASDAQ, a little structure building out here near 29K. Can it break above the 30s? Start to show a shift, bullish change of character, maybe? We've got 3 minutes until 10 a.m. There's no data at 10 this morning. Still cash on my end. Anyone trading yet? The ES. The ES long was decent there. Jake, I'm okay with a no trade day back after a long time away from the desk. Yeah, that is a good call. This is the opposite of what most traders do. Get back after a long break and just start just start slapping everything. Do 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 do. YM kind of on its own this morning, still up there near session highs. Bitcoin, now some consolidation. That thing looks like it's ready for another leg up into maybe 82. Cash, nothing to do so far. Chrissy, decent trade in that ES. Yeah, that was decent there. Josh, nothing per plan has materialized. Good patience. Mhm. So Nasdaq, no break above these 30s just yet. Might as well charge my mouse a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Maybe starting to see some change of character here. All right, there's 10 a.m. See if we get any sort of continuation of what might be a reversal. I just see price kind of break decisively above this point right here, the 30s. Volume fell off again, so that's not great. Mario, like in the 40s, okay. Little uptick in volume. All right. Let's throw a quick fib on this thing. Okay, so the 50 and the 61 are up there, kind of near overnight low. Coming back for session lows, 970. See if a fresh low is going to be made here. Like I was saying earlier, continued action beneath 29K. I'm looking at 800, really a big downside level. Mario 10 a.m. RT with the last flush. Let's see. Let's see an RTH profile. Flame point of controls right there. So if the lows hold right here, kind of a sideways structure being built. That 950, 960 area. Intraday support. Not somewhere I personally want to set risk against. Rather wait for more of a bullish shift, bullish change of character intraday. For me, that would be an easier trade considering the near term bearishness. Right now, this is just a game of patience here. Volume point of control shifted a little lower. Okay, NQ getting back into the lows. Des boring day. Yeah, there's a fairly standard Monday. Do 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 do. At least we've seen closer to a full ATR move. That's nice. It's been a lot of compressed sessions as of late. Yeah, actually, just look at the 5-minute RTH. Very compressed session last Tuesday, even last Monday. Then you get the gap lower, sideways Tuesday, sideways Wednesday. Thursday has a slight drift lower, and Friday sideways. I mean, look at that action from last week. That's been that's been the pretty much the bulk of August. Just kind of looking at RTH, looking at the regular sessions, unless you're trading overnight. Look at our RTH. Here's today. Well, I need to see now that 000 holding. So 005 will try a long on this last small structure, else we'll take a break until we finally break down. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. I'm still cash. Still 100% cash. Game plan was for 200 by 250 longs and or overnight low spring. The spring did not match my criteria. So thankfully did not get trapped there. I'm happy about that. If I can avoid a trap, that's a dub. That's an automatic dub. Chrissy, easier traded is just long the ES lows. Yeah, easiest trade right now might just be closing the broker. It's probably gonna be the easiest trade. Make some breakfast. Enjoy the last remaining days of summer. Chrissy, you got snow on the ground yet? It's getting to be about that time for you, I feel like. I know it's coming. Actually, probably not yet. I saw you out on that bicycle this past weekend. Des has been a warm one this summer. It's amazing. Pretty warm. Yeah. Boss Trader Jew Eat. Long to VWAP. Does like 82, 85 by my house, and I'm half a mile from the water. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Chrissy, it's already hoodie season. I can't wait. I'm ready. Love when it's a little cold in the morning outside. Yeah, same. The crispy, that crispy air. How are the winters in Dallas? Did it snow? We would get 1 or 2 days of snow. You barely call it snow, but it get cold. It would get cold out there. I mean, not like Chrissy level cold, but it dropped down into like the 20s. That's cold enough for me. Nasdaq did not mark a fresh low, so back into 29K. Let's see. Show me bullish change of character. Bullish change of character. Chrissy here, it's too much. No, actually, it's fine. It just lasts too long. Yeah, it's nice for like a weekend. Little weekend, little weekend chill, and then just be done with it. But you've got a solid what is it, like 4 months? 3, 4 months maybe? 5 months. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Let's take a quick look back at yeah. Volume just fell out of this thing. All right. Do do do. Nev sitting on our hands for now. Yeah, that's right. I'm wanting to see price above this spot right here. These are kind of the most recent lower highs intraday. So price can break and then retest in close proximity to this LOI zone. You can trade up in an overnight low. That'd probably be about the 50% fib, and then see if sellers are going to step back in from there. Yeah. But right now, volume just fell off, and buyers are not really stepping up. So then, hi all. Hope everyone is okay. Yes, sir. All is well here. So 15-minute. Price cannot get back above this LOI so far. Near term, pretty clearly bearish. It's pointing down. We're outside of the value area for the month as well. Let's zoom out a little more. 2 hour. Yeah, I'm thinking if price continues to hold below the 000, it'll make its way to 800. But so far, a new low on the session has not been made yet. So I want to look at the daily. Yeah, look at the daily here. It's a big sell bar on the daily so far. So how much of this rally have we retraced? Almost 50%. 766 pretty much aligns with the 800 area I was talking about earlier, plus or minus 35 points there. Okay, NASDAQ is catching a little bit of a bid. So that looks a little better. Again, I want to see price above the 30s, above the 40s. T cut the long on ES. Nice work. There's an intraday resistance. And a little rejection right there. Yet again. The 40 is now the next level for us to hold, Mario. Yeah, I'm looking for a price above that structure point near 40, personally. And ideally within the next half hour. Otherwise, I'll take the cash day, move on with my life. Cheeky little scalp trailed. Solid work. Good first trade back. So sideways structure continues to build out. Basically looking at 955 by 29,040 right there. And ideally for me, price breaks above the 40, triggers the bullish change of character, then comes back, gives me an entry. Take not much, but glad to follow the process and plan as always. Yeah. Anytime you're back after a few weeks off, it's just, I always think it's a good idea to take it nice and slow. Kind of get back into the rhythm. Get back into the flow. Okay, and Q getting back into that structure high here. It's the question. Can we break? Can we break higher? Okay, back into the 35, 40 area right here. Looking above that little structure. It's a good start. Into the 50s. '55. Small uptick in volume there. It's good. 60s now. 70s. So leaving that structure. Get the bullish change of character. Now need the entry. Guts caught a little 40-point pop there. Nice work. Stack them up. Stack those dubs. Good volume coming in on the break of the structure. That's what I like to see right there. Okay. Let's get more depth on this pullback here. Back into the 40s would be amazing. So far, a little consolidation just beneath that 50% fib as well as the overnight low. I want to see that retest of the structure. See if we get it in the next couple minutes. Into 29,100. And just shy of the overnight low. No back test. Yeah, unfortunate, but structure is still building out, so it can still happen. As of right now, price just shy of that overnight low. It's right in the fib sell zone as well. Nice work, Mario. We'll see you later. If ES testing, VWAP, the prior day low, right in that area as well. I want to see if NQ is going to give me a retest into that structure down near the 40s. Within the next 15 minutes. So a very shallow pullback there gets absorbed. Price retesting overnight low. And about 10 minutes till 11, I'll have a hard cutoff there for the cash day. So hopefully this setup can materialize prior to 11. So far, there has not been a single entry within my personal framework. The closest thing that materialized would be the overnight low spring, and that did not have any volume behind it right here. I was ready to take that, but RVOL did not show up, which is a sign that that trade is not going to work, especially for a spring setup. Longs down in this area. I have no level down there unless using the 29K, but what I really wanted here was to change a character. Simply because near term structure is bearish. It's all bearish. Another small rejection there from overnight low. What's up, Dave? Good morning. So let's see if NASDAQ can pull in a bit more and give me that entry. More consolidation here. Volume tapered down once more. Does not look like that retracement is going to come. Give it a couple more minutes. That'll be a cash Monday. NTD. Nice, nice bounce in gold. Good rotation there. Josh was hoping for the break and reach as an overnight low. Yeah, it's kind of eyeing that as well. I want to see, we might be able to get back into the structure here, down into the 40s, maybe even the 30s. Retest that intraday structure and then trade back up into these highs, 110, 120. Well, so far, just consolidating here between 80 and 100. I do want to see the open of this next 30-minute bar here in 1 minute. Can bring some activity, but otherwise, I'll just take the cash day. No trade day. I mean, even this long here from the 40s is somewhat outside of my game plan for this morning. So my plan was either I like longs above 200 or the overnight low spring. Neither of those materialized. Can do the post 10 a.m. Bullish change of character with a retest. Pretty much never buy the break of wide structures like this, by the way. Those are prone to failure, especially in a more bearish near term backdrop. There's the fresh 30-minute bar. See if this thing can pull in a little bit more here. Dave, best investment I made this year was my PC. I went to look at RAM. It's gold now. Yeah, memory prices have gone crazy. Neff, is this the pullback? Not sure if it's going to go lower. So, like I said, I'm waiting for a retest of the structure. I'll give it probably 2 or 3 more minutes here into the 40s. So getting there now. Okay, let's see. See if I get a fill there. Of course, see, nothing happened. Yeah, it's been a pretty slow Monday morning. Got a retest into the structure here. Snoozer. Snoozy. Okay. There's the entry. Give it a little room here in case there's a little more of a deeper structural retest there. Back into the structure. Volume not really in it right now. And we'll see if the structure pans out. ES back in overnight low. Some intraday structure right through there. Half hour about to be peeled. Come on. Wow. 80 actually traded right there. Just no fill. GG. Man, coming right back into that structure. YM finally starting to pull in a little bit. Coming back into that per day high. For any Dow traders. RTY near the lows. Nasdaq still just sitting here on this structure point. I was robbed of my half-hour peel. Unfortunate. I'll probably bring this down just by one tick if price gets back in that area. See, where was it? It was right there. 60. Yeah, just give me my one on. There we go. It's a nice visual. Staying patient here. Can't control the outcome of the trade. So once it's on, you let the idea play out. Win, lose, or draw. All right, Dave. Take care, man. See you tomorrow. And cue a little look beneath this microstructure here now. Want to see that get absorbed. So far it is. It's a good sign. Especially on volume. Now we want some follow through there above 60s. ES retesting last week's low. YM is sitting on VWAP with the prior day high and overnight high right there. NQ coming back into that 80 area. Break of the 80, we should see 100. There's your half hour peel. See if we get 1R. '90s. Come on. Show me 100. Show me 100. Let's get there. Volume is improving. 90s. Come on. Let's get it. No reason why these local highs can't be swept here. 110. True test of the overnight low. PJ riding with you. Just need a little push. Yeah, we're basically there. Let's see. Hourly's looking good so far. 30. There's an inside bar on the 30. So that has 2 minutes left on it. 15 is potentially engulfing here. There it is. Oh, there it is. All right. So the runner, it's moved to break even. Risk-free runner is on. 1R is caught. Anyone ride that with me? No, PJ did. There we go. There we go. Yes. I'm going to lift this. Don't want to give that back. Into VWAP right there. Come on. We get some continuation here. Don't want the structure retested. There we go. Yep. Oh, I'll probably get trailed. Looks like some news. I'm just going to mark it out. I can have it. I'll take that. I'll take that 60 points on a Monday. See what we actually caught. Right there was my exit 120. 1.5 R. That was enough for me, baby. All right, patience pays. Patience pays. Let's go. This could continue higher. VWAP right there. It looks like some news or something hits. I was just happy to lock it on that little pop with price bumping into. This is probably going to be the 61% fib. Yeah, 61% fib, VWAP, intraday structure. If price can sustain above 140, you want to go for really 200 up into 250. That was a 1-for-1 morning. Stayed patient for it. And the patience paid off. I'm happy. I'm really happy with that trade. But I will call it right there. We are 2 hours into this stream. If you guys caught that, nice work. It's going to be a one and done for me. Thanks for your time today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.